Hey guys, this is Bo from Music in Minnesota, and we are on the phone with Joe Hertler from Joe Hertler and the Rainbow Seekers.
Hey, what's up, bro?
My first question to you is, where did the name of the band come from?
It came from a Joe Sample record, actually. But there was one record in particular that we were listening to a lot at that time, and it was called Rainbow Seeker.
Cool. So I was searching online looking for some information on you guys, and I went to your website, and the first thing that popped up was a video of something.
Yeah, your story.
Okay.
It's been in the song.
Yeah. So is that your practice space where it was filmed?
It was, in Detroit, there's a big thing called the Russell Industrial Center. It was just like, it was an old auto plant. We just had a friend that had like an art center there. He needed a cool place to shoot a video. And
I also noticed that the drummer was wearing what looked like blinders or maybe some sort of futuristic sunglasses.
Yeah, that's the only time I've ever actually seen those.
You guys are wearing a lot of flashy clothing. That seems to be a staple in your live shows. So is there like an apparel designer involved, or?
No, we just like costumes. I've always had a soft spot for theatrics, and it's just another element to the live show that we kind of like to bring. We all kind of do our own thing. There's not necessarily a theme. Some of us like to make costumes. Some are more flamboyant than others. Our saxophone player definitely takes it to the highest level. He's got like this birch bark suit he wears now. It's like this tree necklace thing that like expands out from his back.
Oh wow!
I wear like these rainbow wing things. I hope that everyone just expresses themselves how they see fit.
So where do you guys go for your apparel shopping?
Oh gosh, I don't even know. It's always so random. Like Sax Player is working on a new costume right now, so most of his stuff is just hand done. Like he's a really good woodworker, so he's got this like wooden suit of armor that he's making. Like it looks like something you'd like get off of a monster in like World of Warcraft. You're like stoned on Etsy or something, and you see like something totally stupid, and you're like, man, I have to have that. Does
your costumes ever interfere with your stage performance? Does it seem to get hot when you're wearing all that stuff?
Yeah. The rainbow wings, I used to be really bad at putting them on, but I've gotten pretty good at it now, and you just got to do it ahead of time.
Nice. In September of 2014, you left your job to play music professionally.
Yeah.
Where did you work?
I worked for a small nonprofit called iTech. It was actually, I guess you could say it was run and owned in part by Michigan State University, and partnered with the Lansing School District. Program coordination for 4th through 8th graders in science and technology.
Cool. So how did the opportunity present itself to you to tour professionally?
The honest answer is that we were generating revenue, did the math, and I knew I could scrape by with music for the time being, and I loved doing it. I think it just came time to make that choice.
So you're making all your payments and all your rent is paid and everything like that with your music?
Not entirely. I mean, in all honesty, we've all kind of found side things to do. Like my drummer and my sax player, they're master level woodworkers. So my drummer makes drums and does a lot of other woodworking stuff. I do online test scoring for Wisconsin, the Badger exam, the I-4 exam. That's something I'll be doing from the road. So we've all kind of have found little ways to supplement some extra income into the equation. You work hard and you try to find ways to make it work. It's definitely still possible in this day and age.
Speaking of touring, I see that you guys aren't even coming through Minnesota for this tour.
Oh no. Well, shoot, we'll be there then. Eventually.
Yeah, we've got tons of great venues, and the music scene is great here. You guys should definitely come and visit.
Awesome.
Do you enjoy playing festivals?
Totally.
Yeah. What's you want to explain a little bit what the difference of playing a festival is compared to a regular show?
It's just crazy. People are so happy to be at them this day and age. They really are kind of the modern escape for our generation.
Cool. So you mentioned you're from Michigan. Are you a Detroit Lions fan by chance?
Yeah, I am.
So yeah, they just recently got knocked out of the playoffs.
I know.
That's kind of a
Let's
bummer.
not talk about that.
Okay, that's a touchy subject.
No, I'm just kidding. It was such a hopeful year for the Lions, too. I think everyone was just, like, so happy for the successes that they had. But unfortunately, you know, it didn't come full circle this year. So it hurts a little bit. But, hey, there's always another year.
There's another video that I watched. It was called Eagle Loss on Grand River.
Mm-hmm.
It was a music video of you guys basically walking down in front of a parade and playing a song. What parade was it for, first of all?
So it was the Michigan State University homecoming parade, and we kind of just stuck into it, honestly. Our bassist, Kevin, he emailed, like, the parade committee and said we have, like, a float, and we have some organization. I don't even know what that organization would have been, but basically kind of conned his way into this homecoming parade, and then we invited all our friends out and just got a music video. We didn't even actually have a float. We had a truck, and we drew a big Michigan State logo on it, and yeah, we just filmed a video throughout the course of this parade. It turned out into, like, a decent video.
That's awesome. I imagine you were listening to your song played through some speakers while your band was kind of playing along, right?
Yep.
So,
yeah, it was really awkward.
Yeah.
And, like, no one really knew who we were at that time. We were, like, really just starting out. We were a four-piece. So, yeah, it was a little bit weird. It was, like, kind of hard to hear the music. It wasn't really loud enough.
And how long have you been playing music?
4th or 5th grade, I started playing violin. I was in like, the orchestra world for a really long time. That's kind of where I sat. I went to college to study music, but was a dropout. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't until later on in college that I actually bought a guitar and started writing songs.
So you said you went to college for music, but you dropped out?
Yeah, I did. I played stand-up bass and cello.
As far as your step into the direction of the music you play now, what was it that influenced you into thinking, hey, maybe this is something that I could go after?
Senior to high school, my locker was next to this dude named Rob. He ended up becoming one of my, like, best friends. You know, we're still buddies to this day, but he knew I was a bassist in the orchestra, and then I played electric bass a little bit, and he's like, hey, man, I got, you know, this band, and you should play bass for us. We were, like, this horrible metal band, but that kind of, like, showed me this other side of music and got me acquainted with the kids at my high school that played in bands and played alternative music. You know, and I learned a few things about songs and putting together songs in the band and bought a guitar and, you know, just started writing songs, playing coffee shops and that sort of stuff.
How long have you been signed by, what record label is it?
We're under Universal, under a subsidiary called Bad Mascot Records. It's a brand new label under Universal. Their Scout first came out to one of our shows like a year and a half ago.
Oh, wow.
So it's been a really long process. And the record's coming out next month, so it's a really exciting time. You know, our deal offers a lot of freedom. It's actually not a record deal, it's a distribution deal. So we still hold a lot of the I guess I wasn't accurate in saying that it's a true record deal. So we still have a lot of, like, the creative freedom. No one's telling us what to write. It might come to that eventually, but certainly for nothing we've done this far, nothing on this upcoming record has been dictated by a record label. You know, it's not going to just make you famous overnight, that's for sure. But what's cool about it is it really allows us to make the art that we want to make.
Your favorite song of yours on the record, do you have a favorite song of yours?
I do, shamelessly. I do. It's like a really low-key track, definitely the quietest track on the record, I'd say, but it's called Beetlejuice. It's just guitar and vocals, and there's a hair of percussion, and some bass in it too, but yeah, just really chill.
What's your least favorite song to perform?
Boy, I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever been asked that. You know, I was going to say Your Story, just because it's, like, strangely hard to sing. So I retired it for a little while, like, but we revisited it the other night, and, like, it was super fresh to play. So sometimes just, you know, songs, you just gotta sit on them, you know, put them in the closet for a little while, and, you know, revisit them later to make them fresh.
Do you currently have a favorite song from another artist?
I've been really digging the new D'Angelo record. Macy Gray has a song on that record, and it's just really good. But yeah, that whole record's been awesome.
If you could meet anybody in the world, who would it be and why?
Well, I just saw Selma, and that movie was super good. So I have to, in the spirit of Martin Luther King Day, I'm gonna say Martin Luther King.
That would be pretty great.
Yeah, I know it's like stereotypical answer, either, but that movie was incredible. You know, I think just the story of civil rights in general is extremely inspiring and, you know, heartbreaking as well.
Do you have one piece of advice before we go to bands that are looking to make music as their career and say goodbye to day jobs?
Yeah, you know, just be real with it. Like, try not to care too much about what other people think, and just write what's on your mind and let it come to you. Play hard. I think a big one is, like, your live shows, they really count. You know, do everything you can to engage and connect with people, both with your recordings and your regular life and at shows. And music's kind of this glorified form of communication. Its you know, purpose is to connect, sort of bring people together. So, you know, always look for creative outlets and connect with people, because that's what it's about.
Cool. This will be my last question, and I don't know if it's something that you feel comfortable answering. Are you pro marijuana or against it?
I'm totally pro. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a pretty big stoner. You know, what am I hiding?
Do you feel
I
like...
guess I'm not working anymore, so...
Yeah, exactly.
I can say that now.
Do you feel...
Yeah, totally pro marijuana.
Do you feel like it helps your songwriting?
You know, not really. Like, I'm definitely a stoner. Like, don't get me wrong, but I surprisingly, I appreciate sobriety when I'm writing, and it seems like songs come to me more often when I'm sober. However, like, when we're in the studio or something, like, I you know, definitely plays in. So when you want to get, like, weird with something, especially in terms of, like, composition or adding, like, other tracks to a recorded song, like, getting stoned is the way to go, for sure.
Cool, that's some good advice as well. Awesome. Well,
yeah, blaze up. You know, everyone's got their style, so do it how you see fit.
Absolutely. Great, man. Well, you know what? I want to thank you so much for taking the time with Music in Minnesota. And
yeah, thanks, bro.
I wish you good luck on your tour.
Thank you. And, yeah, definitely get at you next time we're coming through Minnesota. So sorry we're not passing through on this round, but I'm sure we'll be back probably within the next couple months, so...
That sounds great.
Keep an eye out. Hey, this is Joe Hertler, and you're watching Music in Minnesota.